Ariel Helwani at Madison Square Garden in New York City alongside UFC President Dana White, and we are just days away now from UFC 159, which goes down in Newark, New Jersey, live on pay-per-view. And Dana, just moments ago when you had the face-off.
I said I never wanted to hurt someone as bad as I want to hurt Chael Sonnen. Oh, that was freaking loud. You know.
That's interesting.
Somebody hold me back, Roy. Hold me back.
Interesting.
Hold me back, Roy.
That's interesting.
Hey, it's two of your favorite music.
Jon Jones said something very interesting to you. He said, why are you telling everyone that I said I wanted to hurt Chael Sonnen? This isn't true. So who's telling the truth?
Who do you think's telling the truth?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
You think I just made that shit up?
Why would he call you a liar?
I don't know. Apparently he doesn't want anybody to know that he said that.
So how are you guys right now? That led me to start thinking about the diva comment and the issue when this all started, 151. Is there still a rift there?
No, we're cool. We talked the other day on the phone for 20 minutes and it's all good.
So why did he make that joke with Roy? Hey, your two favorite people.
I don't know.
Is he instigating?
Why don't you ask him?
Well, he's gone now.
Interview him and ask him this question. I have no idea. Ask him why he's lying, and ask him why he said that he's he put himself on Roy's level.
So you're okay with him?
Yeah,
just to clear it up.
Fine. Yeah, no problem at all.
Do you still think he's a diva though?
He hasn't been. He has been a diva before. He hasn't been in a long time. He's actually been great.
Do you think he's changed a little bit as far as his public persona?
He's changed a lot. Jon Jones has changed a lot. And what you have to understand is that he came into this business as a kid. I mean, he's a young kid, and all the fame and all the pressure and all the stuff. I think he's really starting to catch his stride now. And I mean, look at the shape he's in for this fight. I couldn't be happier with Jon Jones.
When he was on the Ultimate Fighter finale with John Anik, in between both him and Chael, what did you make of that? Because some said that was a horrible job promoting. Some would say it was brilliant. He showed tension. He showed anger. He was real. As the promoter, how would you grade that?
I don't ever think of things like that. I mean, I don't think of things like, oh, God, they blew the promotion. I mean, they're going to fight. This is like, he doesn't have to go crazy he doesn't have to say anything. No two different fights. All fights are created different. There's no two fights that are exactly the same, and different things are going to happen with different people. There's no what's the word I'm looking for? There's no stamp of how a fight's supposed to be promoted. It just happens, because no matter what they say, no matter what they do, they're going to fight on Saturday night. So
Chael has flipped the script on us, because with Anderson and other guys, he talks so much trash. Here, he's apologizing for not shaking hands with him, and all he could do is give him one accolade after the next. What do you think he's trying to do here? Is he being genuine, or is he trying to play mind games?
I think that he is the master at playing mind games. He's so good at it, and he does it in different ways, and you never know what you're going to get from Chael Sonnen.
But do you sense that fire from him, the fire that he had against Anderson?
Although there's no doubt. I mean, this guy shows up to fights and tries to win fights. You're not going to see Chael Sonnen run out there and run around in circles or try to do this or that. He's going to go out and he's going to try to beat Jon Jones. How does he do it? It's never been done. A lot of things, what I think a lot of people don't realize, and it's not mentioned enough, because that one is on Jon Jones is undefeated. He's fought Murderer's Row in the 205-pound division, and he annihilated everybody. He's never been beat. The one on his record is from an incompetent referee. That should have never happened. I feel bad for him that one is on his record.
That fight was against Matt Hamill, 12-6 elbows, but in a way, it could have been a good thing for him. Took the pressure off. No one talks about him being undefeated, and maybe that's good for a young fighter, right?
I don't know. I'm sure he'd rather be undefeated.
Chael also in that interview on the Tough finale said something very interesting. He said, I don't know if I'm going to lose, or I don't know if I'm going to win, but I'm going to go down like a gangster. And that was the first time that he ever put out the thought that he may not win this fight or any fight. Did you notice that?
No. But when you go in against a guy like Jon Jones, you don't want to be delusional either. Jon Jones he throws elbows like fists, his legs, his reach, everything else. And that's the other thing too. Everybody talks about, oh, it's unfair. He's so big at that weight. There's a lot of people in every weight class. You got guys that are big and rangy and have reach on everybody. They don't have the athleticism that Jon Jones has. That's the difference in what he brings in, is the talent, the skill, the athleticism with the size. I mean, even as a heavyweight, look at Czech Congo. Look at the reach and all the things that he has. You know what I mean? And I mean, there's guys in different weight classes too. There's that kid, Pablo Garza. I mean, that kid's incredibly big for his weight division. They just don't use their tools the way that Jon Jones does.
But you say delusional. Chael, that's kind of been his thing. He says he's undefeated.
delusional?
Yeah. So that's why it was so interesting. It was a real moment, and we hadn't heard something like that out of him. And Jon spoke about this as well, that he starts to think whether or not Chael believes he can beat him. From your conversations with Chael, is he confident going into this fight?
You know what I do believe? Any man can beat another man on any given night. Anything can happen in a fight. Can Chael Sonnen win? Damn right he can win. Anybody can win. Anything can happen when you get in there and you start fighting. Chael's just going to have to figure it out. He's a smart guy. He's a smart fighter. He's a talented fighter. And we'll see if he's got what it takes to win.
Chael said recently that he is the highest paid fighter in the UFC, that he's making more than Jon Jones in this fight. Is that true?
He's funny, man. No. He does pretty well at Fox. He does pretty well here, unless he's got some massive sponsor that I don't know about, or a sugar daddy. I don't think he's making more money than Jon Jones.
Is he even close to Jones's level?
I don't know.
Jon Jones also said on Monday that he has a plan. He wants to obviously win this fight one more time, maybe rather quickly, and then heavyweights, super fights, things like that. If he wins this fight in convincing fashion, is it possible that you would turn him around very quickly so that he can get that plan moving along?
If that's what he wants to do, yeah, I absolutely would.
Has he told you about this?
He has.
What did he say?
He said a lot of things, and I like where his head's at. I like the way he's thinking. I like what he's thinking, and I'm 100% on board.
So he has an actual game plan.
He's got a plan.
So what does he want to do after this?
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's get past Saturday, and then we'll figure that out.
Are you okay with him going up, though, after, I guess, he beats Tito's record, which would be after the next fight?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. If you want to keep a young guy like this motivated, he's cleaned out the division. Let him do what he wants to do.
Okay, so you're okay with him doing super fights, maybe giving up the belt? You would be okay with that?
Giving up the belt if he moved up to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Quickly, just want to ask you about Bisping and Belcher. Bisping may be the guy who has fought... I think he's actually has the most wins in UFC. Am I boring you, or you're yawning right now?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you do bore me, yes, but that wasn't why I was yawning.
Bisping, I believe, has the most wins in UFC history without fighting in a title fight. Right now, at this point in his career, with the opportunities he's received, does that say something about him? Do you think he can't get over that hump?
I don't know. This is a tough fight for him on Saturday, and you see tons of great fighters in boxing, who were right there but never got over the hump and got that belt. And I think this is a good test for Bisping on Saturday night. Belcher's tough, man. Not only is Belcher's stand-up nasty, you saw when he fought Paul Harris how good his ground was. He has really become a complete fighter.
And then Roy Nelson, Czech Congo, is interesting because they both hit very hard. It's kind of flown under. You like it? I wanted to ask you about it.
I love that fight. Yeah, you have this huge, imposing dude with muscles everywhere, and then you got this short, fat dude with a mullet. And if you saw this fight, like let's say you'd never watched MMA before, and it's your first time, you're like, oh my God. You'd be like, look at this setup. They set up this fat dude to get murdered, And if you know MMA, you know that Roy Nelson has an amazing chin and big punching power. So this is going to be a fun fight. I really like this fight a lot. I've been excited for this one for a while.
3 last quick things. Will it be sold out on Saturday?
I hope so.
Obviously, you talked about New York a lot today, but just wondering, scale of 1 to 10, chances it happens this year. Do you have any idea?
I'm not even thinking about it. Okay. There's guys. Lorenzo's been working hard on this thing. Lawrence Epstein's been working hard on this thing. They're handling it. I'm just so over it. I don't even want to answer questions about it anymore.
Understood. And final thing, I want to just expand on this in case people missed the scrum, because I'm so fascinated by this story. The Bruce Buffer cover. Honestly, though, what do you think? Do you like it? Are you interested in this cover? Are you interested in this persona that he's building?
Well, what fascinates you about it?
When I saw that cover, honestly, I thought it was the greatest cover, not just MMA related sport. Him holding a girl, international playboy, the surfing. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was Bruce.
Yeah.
And I just wanted, and the first thing I thought of was, I wonder what Dana thinks about this. I actually asked him that question, by the way, and he said you hadn't talked to him yet, so that's why I wanted to. He's not quite sure.
He asked me if I saw the cover. I said, oh, yeah, I saw the cover. And when I saw the whole thing, I was just like, wow. I just don't even know what to say. I'm speechless.
But you're okay with Bruce building his brand, right? He has a book coming out. He has an app. He has a T-shirt line. He's an entrepreneur.
He can do whatever he wants to do. Sure, if he writes books, sells books, wants to, popping bottles and kissing models and, all the crazy shit that was written in that story. Yeah, that's up to him. He's a grown man. He can do whatever he wants to do.
All right, and the good news is you can see Bruce Buffer and the rest of the UFC crew this Saturday at UFC 159 at the Prudential Center here across the river, actually, in Newark, New Jersey. Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.